Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's session, we are going to talk about data and analytics on Azure. Today's focus is only on the theory part. So, you will understand the concept, the architect, and how Azure Analytics Service really add value to business. We will go step by step. First, how data comes in Azure Data Factory, then how it is stored and processed in Synapse Analytics. After that, we will see a real-time event handling with Stream Analytics, and finally how all of this concept to Power BI dashboard to give us useful insight. Think of this video as your baseline or foundation. By the end of this session, you will have clear picture of how Azure helps in turning raw data into powerful insight. And one of the most exciting part is in my next video we will go with practical. We will show you live demo on Azure where we will actually build and configure these services step by step. So stay tuned and subscribe our channel. Alright, let's begin today's session. So in today's digital world, data is often called the new oil, but just like crude oil, you know. So raw data alone has very little use. The real power up comes when we refine it, process it. So this is exactly where Microsoft Azure help. Azure give us a complete analytic ecosystem from collecting and moving data to storing it securely, processing it quickly, applying machine learning, and finally showing the result in easy to understand dashboards. Whether you are working with massive enterprise data or fast moving real time data, Azure help you handle everything smoothly in the cloud. For an example, data coming from IoT device, business app, and customer interaction, Azure Data Factory. We can easily automate and control the flow of this data with Azure Synapse Analytics. We can bring together both structured and unstructured data for super fast queries. And with Azure Databricks, we can train AI and machine learning modules that find hidden patterns and even make prediction. Organization don't just keep data, right? They actually transform it into intelligence. So this intelligence drive innovations, improve customer service, and gives business a strong competitive advantage. Now, see, everyone need a modern analytic. The need of modern analytic has never been more important than it is today. As per recent IDC research by the year 2025, the total data in the world will touch a massive 175 zettabytes. That number is so huge, right? So it's hard to even imagine, and it's growing every single second. So now here comes the real challenge. So almost 90% of enterprise data is unstructured. Everyone knows that, right? So things like email, social media post, videos, let's say IoT sensor data, any logs, all of this is highly valuable but very difficult to analyze using old traditional tools, right? And that's exactly where Azure Analytics play big role with its integrated cloud power ecosystem. Easy to manage this data, so we can thanks to built-in intelligence and automation, which Azure always give. I mean, always deliver insight up to the 5 times faster compared to any traditional method. So, as simple company that adopt these tools can turn complexity into clarity and action. But those who don't adopt this risk being left behind in today's data driven economy. Now, so every data set goes through life cycle, and Microsoft Azure is built to handle each stage of that journey smoothly. It is all begin with ingest, collecting data from multiple services like IoT device, database, cloud app, or even live data stream. Azure provides ready-made connectors that make this process simple and scalable. The next stage is store. The data needs a safe and scalable place to live, right? So Azure Data Lake and Synapse offer storage for both structured and unstructured data, and it makes sure it always available whenever we need it, right? Now third is, after, like, once we store the data, then it come the process. So this is where magic happen. With Azure's batch and real-time processing, raw data gets clean, organized, and transformed, so it's become useful for analysis. And now finally, we whenever everything is done, we move to visualize and act. So using Power BI dashboard and AI powered analytics, we can don't just see the trend, but they actually take action based on those insights. So in short, it helps us to grow the business. Azure Data Lifecycle helps raw information quickly turn into valuable business intelligence with more secure, fast, and cloud scale. Now, Azure Data Factory. Azure Data Factory is like backbone of data integration in Azure Analytic ecosystem. It comes with 90 plus built-in connectors which let you bring in data from almost anywhere. Like, let's say if you want to bring data from Amazon S3 bucket, Google BigQuery, SaaS application, or even on-premise database. No matter where your data is stored, a data factory can connect and pull data from their end. Easy drag and drop interface. Even teams that don't have a strong coding skill, they can quickly build, design, and deploy complex data pipeline. For enterprise working in hybrid environment, data factory orchestrations make it simple to manage data across both on-prem and cloud system. And the impact is real. For example, so Azure Synapse Analytic is like the central hub where big data and enterprise analytics come together. So it bring everything into one place. Let's say SQL pool for traditional workload, Spark pool for large scale data processing, and Data Explorer for logs or telemetry. The best part is flexibility. You can pick serverless, on demand computing for unpredictable workloads, or provision resources for consistency performance. Help you save cost while still delivering efficiency. And the results are very impressive. Businesses using Synapses have seen up to, I can say, more faster performance and up to 60% lower cost with the serverless option. So Synapses is not just a warehouse, it is a complete platform that help organizations make smarter and faster decisions. So Azure Databricks. Let's talk about Azure Databricks, where advanced analytic and machine learning really comes alive. It runs on optimized Spark environment with autoscaling cluster and Delta Lake architecture for reliability and performance. Teams can collaborate in real-time notebook using, they can use Python, SQL, Scala, or so data engineering and data scientists work together without barriers. For AI workload, Databricks supports GPU powered machine learning, making it easier to train deep learning models at enterprise scale. So Databricks is more than analytic, it's collaboration, intelligence, and speed working together for real business impact. Azure Stream Analytics, real time event processing at scale. So real time decision making is the need of the hour, and that's exactly where Azure Stream Analytics shine. It uses serverless SQL based processing to deliver instant insight from IoT device, logs, or social media stream. With sub-second of latency and exactly once event processing, you get reliable result for even mission critical application. Plus, it's fully elastic. It can scale up automatically to handle millions of events per second and then scale back down as needed. A great example is smart cities where traffic systems use stream analytics to adjust signals in real time. It reducing congestion by up to 25% during peak hours. So that's why stream analytics is key tool for turning live data into immediate actionable insight. So security, governance and monitoring in Azure Analytics. So everyone knows that analytics is only useful if it's secure, compliant and reliable. And Azure makes sure of these things. With Azure Active Directory, you get a centralized identity management, role-based access, and strong security control. Your data is fully protected with encryption at rest and in transit, managed by Azure Key Vault for secure handling. For operation, Azure Monitor and Log Analytics gives you a real-time insight, alerts, and automated fix, which help us to smooth performance. And with governance tools like catalog, lineage tracking, and control check, organizations stay compliant and maintain data integrity. So with Azure, you don't just get insight, you get trusted insight. Let's talk about end-to-end Azure Analytic architecture. So let's see how everything connect into one end-to-end Azure Analytic architect. Data Factory brings in and orchestration data. Synapse Analytic store and process it at scale. Databricks power advanced analytic and AI. Stream Analytics handle real-time event processing. And finally, Power BI present all the insight in an interactive dashboard. At the end result, it's unified scalable platform that grows with your business need. Let's talk about future of analytics is all about empowerment. So with continued innovation, Azure combine hybrid, serverless, and AI-driven features to deliver next generation analytic experience. Even non-technical business users can explore data and make better decisions on their own. The result is a very clear competitive edge. Raw data turns into actionable strategy that drive innovation and growth. We can use these features to grow our business. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to share and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.